We found a historical treasure from the Bible, or so we thought. It started with an excavation near an ancient cave system in the Middle East. The site was rumored to be linked to early Christian texts, and our team was thrilled when we unearthed a stone box sealed with wax. Inside was a scroll, aged but remarkably intact. The markings were strange, unlike anything we'd seen before. At first glance, we assumed it was apocryphal, something tied to biblical scripture but not officially recognized. The text mentioned familiar names: Adam, Noah, and even the archangel Michael, but the way it described them was unsettling. It spoke of Adam not as the first man, but as the first guardian, tasked with holding back the great divide between our world and another. It described a flood before the flood, one meant to drown not humanity, but something far worse that had seeped through from beyond the divide. We should have stopped there, but we didn't. We translated more of the scroll over the next few weeks, and with each passage the details grew darker. It mentioned forbidden rituals, names of beings too ancient to comprehend, and an artifact called the Keeper's Seal. The text claimed the seal was hidden by early followers of God to protect mankind from opening the divide again. The scroll became an obsession. It felt like we were chasing answers to questions no one else had dared ask. Then, during one of the translations, one of our team members, Dr. Patel, noticed something strange in the text, a repeated warning. Those who seek the seal must first be prepared to see the truth. At first, it was cryptic, almost poetic. But then Patel started acting off. He refused to leave the lab, muttering about seeing the truth and staring at the scroll for hours. One night, I walked in to find him carving symbols from the scroll into his own arm. His eyes were wide, terrified. When I tried to stop him, he whispered, "We shouldn't have looked." The next day, he was gone, just vanished. But the strange occurrences didn't stop. Another researcher began hearing whispers, faint but persistent, every time she worked near the scroll. Shadows in the room would shift unnaturally, pooling around the edges of the table where it sat. We thought it was stress, paranoia, until we found the markings. On the wall of the lab, written in a dark, unidentifiable substance, were the same symbols Patel had carved. And beneath them, in ancient Hebrew, was a single word: release. We knew we were in over our heads, but no one wanted to admit it. Not until one of the newer interns, James, decided to touch the scroll. The moment his fingers brushed it, he screamed and collapsed. He kept repeating one sentence over and over. "It's not a treasure, it's a cage." We tried to lock the scroll away, bury it back where we'd found it, but it was too late. The whispers are louder now, not just in the lab, but in our homes, in our dreams. And the shadows, they don't just shift anymore. Sometimes they move. The scroll wasn't a historical treasure. It wasn't a relic of biblical faith. It was a warning, a seal keeping something out, or maybe keeping something in. And now we've disturbed it. We thought we'd found a connection to God. But whatever we've awakened isn't holy.